Grand Risings people, welcome back to another video. Right now I'm in Egypt and it's currently 4:30 in the morning. So what's happening is we're going on a trip to a place called Luxor, one of the big tourist cities in Egypt. It's a 4-hour drive. That's hence the reason why we've got up so early. Let me show you my room quickly as it stands. Can't show you too much because I'm actually not wearing any clothes right now. But yeah, so yeah, I've been out here for 5 days so far. It's been amazing. Enjoyed every single part of it. Had some amazing experiences in the desert and just being in the resort and all sorts. So it's been really, really good. But today I'm gonna vlog this day at Luxor because it's probably gonna be the most special day of the whole holiday. We're going to the Nile, we're going to the Valley of the Kings, we're going to certain places that are very spiritually enriched. Sorry if I look a little bit tired. I have just got 4 hours sleep, if that. So I do apologize, but yes, catch me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I will catch you lot in a little bit. Bye.
I just need some time, I'm trying to think straight. I just need a moment in my own space. Ask me how I'm doing, I say okay, yeah. But ain't that what we all say? Sometimes I think back to the old days, and the pointless conversations with the old me, yeah. Like when my mama used to hold me. I wish somebody would've told me why you get your home.
Alright, so we just stopped off for a toilet break. Kind of like a service station. But yeah, obviously there's a few poor people here, so just have to give them some food and some sandwiches and that. Yeah, man. It's about 6:30 in the morning. This is the settings right now. Yeah, you got people selling clothes and all sorts, man. It's a completely different culture to what I'm used to. Yeah, and the drink from the Nile.
Yeah. In Luxor temple to Karnac temple.
Now, Karnac basically means sun worship, paying respect and showing understanding of the sun and the cycles of the heavens. So they built these temples with certain numbers of stones, for example 365 to represent the year. They've done cycles of the moon as well, so it's going to be interesting to see how they built these. People are already asking us to come and buy things.
Oh,
thank you. So as I was saying, there's also a Karnac in France, and it's the same thing. They actually have placed lots of megalithic stones to display and show credit and worship to the sun and the cycles of it. So this type of consciousness, this type of understanding was actually shared in different areas of the world at the same time. Obviously, especially ancient Egypt, a lot of it stemmed from here. But it just shows that Ether was sharing that consciousness with areas of the world. No, thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm sorry, man. Boy, oh boy. Blood, fire. Yo, this is the Ram. This is beautiful. And the scarab is very, very, very prolific in ancient Egyptian culture, because the scarab represents the sun, and it also represents the two hemispheres of the brain. You can see the hieroglyphics.
The tombs and temples there. So Luxor considered one of the most important cities we have here in Egypt, because it has a lot of monuments. 1/3 of monuments from the human heritage. Here in the east bank of Luxor we have two big temples, Karnac and Luxor temples, and two museums, Luxor Museum and Mummification Museum. In the west bank of Luxor that we have more than 1,000 tombs. Tombs for the kings, queens, nobles, workers, architects. Also we have 4 temples, remains from 50 temples. The temple of the king Ramses II, Ramses III, Seti I, and the queen Hatshepsut.
These are photos from the early 1900s when they discovered the temples of Karnac. As I was saying, the god Ra is found in the middle of the word scarab. Now if I go back to the scarab, this right here, not only does it represent your brain, Ra, brain, but it also represents the sun, in the sense that the scarab beetle is very prolific in Arabian culture, hence Arab. But what the scarab does is it climbs up the desert mountains in the same way the sun climbs on its ecliptic and reaches the Tropic of Cancer, the crab, the scarab, and then falls back down. But I guess this arc represents the arc of the ecliptic, the arc in which the sun takes on its travel or its cycle every single year. This is the Ram Aries, where the zodiacal cycle begins, hence the sort of depiction of the sine wave here as well. But you have the Ram Aries, the beginning. Yeah man, we're out here though, man. Yo, this is, when I say it's hot, I mean it's flipping hot, yo. It's about 35 degrees right now. But yeah, we got a lovely tour guide, man. Big him up. He's helping us out. He's helping us decode, you know, some of the ornaments and you know, statues and so on. So very useful having him. We're already learning a lot from him. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. I can feel the energy here already. Like, that's another thing as well. I brought some of my own crystals with me. Some that I had sourced myself, but also just some of the ones that I had acquired over the past few months. And before I came away, I set my intentions into them, gave them my energy, and asked them to connect me with the consciousness in certain areas of Egypt. So I've come to do gridding with my own crystals. So I've left some here so far, also in other places, but yeah, so I will be doing that some more whilst we're here. I've got some howlites, some snowy, some smoky, amethyst, and a couple other things, but yeah, man. So right now we're at the port of the temple. I don't know if you can see this, guys, the camera will not do it justice, but it is absolutely stunning. Oh my gosh, you know, this is thousands and thousands of years old.
As you can see the ram head and the sun disc.
So as you can see up there, you've got the sun disc representing Amun Ra and the ram head just underneath.
We call it the key of the temple.
The key of the temple. It was
constructed by the King Seti II, the grandson of the King Ramses II. That it was dedicated to the sacred boat to start sailing from here to Luxor temple. In the flood season, the water of the Nile was coming to the temple.
Wow.
So the King Seti II, he was make two small obelisks. One still stands over there, and the other have the foundation.
Yes.
Also, the King Ramses II, he was make the avenue, the ram head status.
The ram head. Aries.
To be the gods during the festival for the god Amun. But why they will make it in the shape of ram head and body of lion to represent the god Amun. They would believe the god Amun, he had two functions, as a fertility god and as a power god. So the ram head representing the god Amun Men, the god of fertility, and the body of lion representing the god Amun Ra, the chief of the gods, the god of the power.
Wow.
Came to here to Karnac temple to pacify the priest of the god Amun to accept him as the king of Egypt. After he was make the big festival, he was make the altar from alabaster stone. You know, alabaster stone, it looks like marble. The ancient Egyptian people, they were very clever. They used this kind of stone, and they would make different shape and different statues, different vase, different things from the alabaster stone. They inherit from the ancient Egyptian people how do you use the alabaster stone, and in the West Bank to make it, and then they have a good quality of alabaster stone. Also, the king comes in each side, but unfortunately, all we see by the earthquake. And rebuilt many statues and many columns, and he moved. The name of the king is Uruz.
Close up, you actually realise what's going on here. Couldn't even describe to you how big these are. Hello. Wow.
His officers, soldiers from Luxor. So the people, they were going to Syria, they were captured Syria, and they were back again to Luxor. When they were back to Luxor, they found all their wives become pregnant. So they were very surprised. What happened to our wife? They were asking them until they found just a guy. This guy, he was considered himself as a fertility god, so he was make them pregnant. So they were bringing him and punish him. After they punished him, they were asking him, why you do that? He said to them, I'm the god Amun, the god of fertility, so I have to give my fertility to all the Egyptian people. So he said, you are the god Amun, so you have to be in the same shape. And they start to cut one of his arm and one of his leg, to be just one arm and one leg. But he cut his arm and his leg, he said to them, I don't care. I don't need my arm, I don't need my leg, I just need my third leg.
This one here and this one here, the four sides represent we see the serpent on his head. The serpent on the first eye representing the Kundalini rise.
Here you can see him, the sign for prediction, to predict him, and the ceremony beard that from linen connected to his ears. Also, he wear the kilt and the tail. You can see between his legs, we have the tail. That the king, he was wearing the tail. Some people they said that the tail of tiger, other people they said that the tail of lion. Because the king, he was considered himself as a lion, the tiger, very strong. He was defeated his enemies. And the front of him here, he was recording to make the paper every day, and they were recording everything in the paper, like the medicine, the festival, everything they keep in the paper, and they keep it here in the temple. That in each temple it was a small room as a library to keep the papyrus paper. And it was a very important library here in Egypt, in Alexandria. It was the largest library. It was very famous. Many people from all over Egypt, they would come from all over the world, they would come to Egypt to visit this library. That were a lot of papyrus there in the library. But unfortunately, this library it was burned to come again to shine, to give light to the people. So they would believe without the scarab, the sun will not coming, will not shine, and will not give life to the people. So they would make it as a god, and they would call it the god Khidr, the scarab-headed god, the god of the sun morning. And they would believe the scarabs giving life and giving a good life.
Why you kiss your hoe? I just need some time, I'm trying to think straight. I just need a moment in my own space. Ask me how I'm doing, I say okay, yeah. But ain't that what we all say? Sometimes I think back to the old days, in the pointless conversations with the old me, yeah. Like when my mama used to hold me. I wish somebody would've told me if you wanted.
So not long ago we had a traditional, authentic Egyptian
So our guide here,
dinner.
Mr.
But my camera had died.
Egyptian people, they would use alabaster stone.
Come a little bit closer, please.
Yes, no.
See? Also, Mr. Manas Saya, I'm had a brother here, make an inscription. And people work it by them to make up. Yes. They don't use
It doesn't have to be.
With a hammer and a bronze chisel, and they would chisel out the actual tomb. The next bit, they would plaster the walls because they had big cracks in them, and the artists that were going to draw couldn't draw over these, so they had to plaster them. Next was the sketchers, who would sketch all the hieroglyphics onto the wall.
Yes.
And then the next one, they would add the black ink, which is sacred,
Right.
so to make it stand out. The next they would etch, so you'd have the people that would come and they would etch in, and then they would fill it in
Colour.
gold, lapis lazuli, malachite, citrine.